Hello, I am Aviva Lee, reporting live in Jerusalem from room 552 for Israel 24/6 TV. Today is Sunday, March the 2nd, 2008, and I have just received the text of the statement by Israeli Ambassador Carmon, chargé d'affaires, to the emergency meeting of the Security Council of the United Nations. And that would be the Security Council meeting yesterday in New York City. I will read the beginning and final few paragraphs of Ambassador Carmon's statement, and I hope that you will bear with me for those statements of import. And I quote, "Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, 2 days ago, and as a matter of fact a few minutes ago in his briefing, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon condemned Hamas rocket fire against Israel and called on Hamas and other terrorist and militant organizations to cease all acts of violence and terrorism. He also called on Israel to exercise maximum restraint. Mr. President, Israel has exercised that restraint for many months now. This has been in spite of the constant firing of rockets and mortar shells on our towns and villages in southern Israel every single hour, every single day. And this is in spite of Hamas's attempt to carry out terrorist attacks wherever they can target and kill an Israeli. While Israel has been showing restraint, Hamas has showed no intention of ceasing its vicious attacks. On the contrary, in the past week, since Hamas failed to organize a provocative demonstration in Gaza, a failure that might be seen as a weakness, it has dramatically escalated its rocket attacks and upgraded its capabilities against our people. Grad missiles, Katyusha rockets, mortar shells, and Qassams. Since Wednesday, more than 150 rockets were fired at Israel, dozens in the past 24 hours alone. As I speak to you now, more than 250,000 Israeli citizens are in the range of the deadly and murderous weapons of Hamas, care of Hamas, of its backers in the region, and their malicious vision. The government of Israel should thus not apologize for protecting its citizens. Mr. President, there should be no doubt in our minds that Hamas's true vision is the extermination of the state of Israel, and not to live peacefully side by side with us. It does not even seek to restore normalcy for the sake of the people of Gaza. Once again, Hamas's name, the word Hamas, was not mentioned even once in his address, and I think it says it all. Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, Hamas's vision for the failure of the moderates is a vision shared by some states in the region, including Iran and Syria, who is sitting behind the scenes, orchestrating and supporting Hamas's terrorism against Israel. They have done this in the past with other terrorist groups elsewhere in the region and around the world. One must remember about the timing of Hamas's escalation of violence and whether its purpose is to distract the international community's attention today and this week. Mr. President, I reiterate Israel's determination to protect its citizens and territory, cities, towns, and villages. It is what they expect from us, and it is what we must do for them. Sitting on the sidelines will only embolden the extremists and convince them that they should not stop their violence. Trying to derail the peace process is what the extremists want to do. Israel expects the international community and the members of the Security Council to support us in our protection of our people. Thank you." End quote. And to the listening world, I, Aviva Lee, ask a few questions. How many bombs would you permit terrorists or a country deemed a member of the community of nations? How many bombs would your sovereign borders need to sustain before you declared war? Would you indeed exercise the restraint Israel has exercised today? How long would you make your own citizens wait before you eradicated the source and eradicated the sites from which your country and her innocent civilians were being bombarded? Please give me your answers. I am Aviva Lee, reporting live in Jerusalem from room 552 for Israel 24/6 TV. Thank you and shalom.